What's up, everybody? My name is Will. I'm trying to get just a little bit better each and every game and eventually crack that top 100 spot. Don't like and subscribe unless you actually enjoy the content. Let's get. Fortified Specialist is looking nice, honestly. I'm going to go Fortified. Normally I'd take the Marksman, but you know what? Let's go on the defensive side, shall we? I'm just going to set up my board. I know I'm going to lose this round 100% guaranteed. I have no anti-air. But I'm going to get some Chave out there anyway, just to kind of see what he does as well. So he has a couple Arclights on the side, which is not great for mine. They're in pretty good position to hit him. My Arclights are also hitting his pretty nicely. And I don't want the deployment module right now, so I'm going to go with intensive training. I wish I had a unit though that I could take advantage of this. I'm going to drop down a couple marksmen so that they can hopefully take care of his Phoenix. I'm also going to drop down another unit of Chafe. Oh, he's going with that cheeky flank. He didn't upgrade Replicate though, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Although he is flanking on this side with Wasps, so that's not good for me. But it is good that he did not go intensive training. So I'll lose this round guaranteed. However, he doesn't have intensive training, so that should give me a slight advantage going forward. I'm not really concerned about Wasps in a few rounds. Man, he has a lot of crawlers. So Typhoons would be great against his lineup. Pretty much everything it'd be good against. Maybe not so much the Arclights, but Typhoons would be amazing. I can get anti-air, to work on his Phoenix. Wasps, not as amazing, but still good. I mean, he has level 1 Phoenix. Level 3 Wasp would take care of that. And level 2 Scorpion, he doesn't really have the board for taking a Scorpion because yes, they kill crawlers, but crawlers kind of get in the way. They don't have a fast enough shot to be effective against this board. That being said, I'm actually going to take the Scorpions.
I should probably take the Typhoons. I'm not really a Typhoon player. I'm going to take the Scorpion.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
And right now, it's just going to help clear some chafe, but I'm actually hoping to take out the Arclight. I'm going to go ahead and give it intensive training too. So now it's a level 3 Scorpion. And it's going to frontline a little bit for me. At least that's the hope. And I'm going to get more Arclights and another thing of crawlers. I should have taken anti-air, but I didn't. So here we are. Again, I'm going to rely on my marksman to take care of his Phoenix. I just hope I have, enough frontline for them to be alive in order to do so. He still didn't add replicate to his crawlers, so his flanks are no big deal right now. I'm probably going to have to add an Arclight on the side though to take care of it, or Sentry Missile it. It's a bit unfortunate that they were allowed to run in like that. But I win the left side handedly. Obviously, because of my level 3 Scorpion, it did take, somewhere around 35,000 damage. And I have one marksman left to take care of the Phoenix, which, I mean, that went pretty well. I still don't know if the Scorpion was the best call, but it did work, so I'll take it. Ooh, I can get another intensive training, huh? I go Amplifying Core and give it to my level 3 Scorpion. I go Incendiary Bomb and take care of his chafe. I did 2 intensive trainings. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make him a level 4 Scorpion. Because, why not? I'm also going to drop down a couple Storm Callers. Because I'm going to make him, stop that with anti-missiles. And I'm going to add another marksman because he does have a little bit of air. This marksman should aggro onto the crawlers over here, which will keep him alive a little bit longer. So hopefully he'll still be alive to take out the Phoenix in the later part of the round. So he still doesn't have replicate on his crawlers, which is fantastic. Okay, it looks like the Scorpion is going to tank his Stormcallers, which is also fantastic. You know, they're just not going to do enough damage to kill him. Or at least I don't think so. I mean, he has 92,000. Oh, well, he's taking a lot of damage right now. I think the Phoenix put in a lot of work. Oh, he got my tower, which is not ideal. It's going to be browned for sure. You know, he got my tower and still barely won. If he did not get my tower, I think that was easily mine. But he did, so, you know, it doesn't matter. I think Rhinos would be good in this situation. If I got Rhino with Whirlwind, I could put it on my flanks, not have to worry about his crawlers at all. Sabertooth for the anti-missile. I'm not really too afraid of his Stormcallers, though. Like, he did 26,000 damage, but a lot of it was just soaked up by the Scorpion. Not too worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and take the Rhinos.
You done messed up, AA Ron!
And give them Whirlwind and cover my flanks. Just so I don't have to worry about replicate on the sides. And also so my chafe can get to the front sooner. I'm going to give him range now because... Actually, I'm going to... should I do siege or range? I would like to do siege, but I also want him to be, you know, them to be able to kill crawlers if they get too close. I think I'm going to do range for now and then see how it goes. Yeah, so the Rhinos on the flanks did great. That way his crawler shouldn't be able to push into my Stormcallers as easily as they did last time. And they're also going to be chafe clear, which is fantastic. Yeah, so it looks like the Rhinos are going to penetrate his backlines on the sides. The one on the right died pretty fast, but the one on the left actually did some work. And I think I have just enough backline to finish the job, although the Phoenixes are still alive, and my marksman just died, so he is guaranteed the round. I'm going to have to get more anti-air, or at least get range. Okay, so we got deployment specialist, laser sights, improved fire control system, speed. We have a lot of good options here. I'm leaning towards deployment specialist or improved fire control system. You know, giving him 100% damage would be great. Although there's nothing really on the board that he needs the damage for. It is 40,000 damage. So doing 80,000 really is just going to be overkill. And kind of the same for this one too. He's only level 2, but he does 20,000 damage. You know, doing 40,000 damage again would be overkill. And of course, I'm going to upgrade him. So I think I'm going to do deployment specialist. I want a level 2 on this side, just so he can potentially... Okay, so what is a Phoenix? Phoenix 16,000 health. He only does 4,600 damage, so that's not good. That's not good at all, actually. I'm going to have to get aerial specialization. I'm going to have to get aerial specialization if I want to. Oh, especially since he's adding wasps now. Although that might just be the wasp deployment that he picked earlier in the game. It probably is. Oh, I see a hacker. Interesting. He's trying to hack the Rhinos. That's a pretty good counter. We could get a little bit more value out of steel balls. But he did win easily, so I guess, you know, what do I know? Another intensive training? My goodness. Okay. I'm going to get range. And I'm going to range my CG, my Scorpions as well. And I'm going to get more chafe. Okay, so if I live this round, I'm going to have to get anti-missiles for sure. His Stormcallers aren't doing a significant amount of damage, but they have the utility of EMP, which I, obviously don't want to hit my units.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, well, that was a butt kicking. I'll GG him and save the replay. Okay, so I want to see where I went wrong. Okay, so I made the decision to basically forego round 1 and go with the chafe. I think that was the correct decision, because even if I drop down 2 marksmen, I don't think I'm taking this round. I think the only reason that it even got this close is because I had, units in front of the arc lights. Otherwise, the arc lights would have just gotten aggroed by the Phoenix, and I would have lost. Even worse, probably. So I think round 1 was fine. Round 2, I should have anticipated the wasps. I already was struggling with anti-air, so adding the wasp on the flank was, logical. It was a logical step, I suppose. He could have went with intensive training as well, but there's no way really for me to gauge that. Instead of dropping marksmen, maybe I should have went into Mustangs. I still think the marksmen were the correct call here, or at least a decent call. I'm okay losing round 2 if I'm building my board. Round 2 is not really, too big of a deal. Okay, so this is where I think it started to go downhill. I probably should not have taken the Scorpion. In hindsight, I probably should have taken the Typhoon. Honestly, though, I'm just not a Typhoon player. I don't like the Typhoons. I think they're a good unit. They're not for me. I could have taken the Fortress, of course. It has a lot of counters. Or it counters a lot of things, I should say. But I opted for the Scorpion. I don't think it was the right call. I do take this round. And I also get a lot of arc lights. Maybe I shouldn't have, had so many arc lights. Instead, I could have got a little bit more chafe. Or even more marksmen. Maybe if I built up my marksman a little bit earlier, the air wouldn't have been so much of a problem. Or the placement of the arc lights were too centralized. If I had the arc lights on my flanks, or at least, a couple on my flanks, I probably could have taken care of the outside a little bit faster, which means he wouldn't have ran into my Stormcallers as easily as he did. This was another decision that I think maybe I could have gone another way. I think if I would have went Incendiary Bomb, that would have won me this round. And then it also would have won me, in a few rounds from now. Which could have been the game. That would have kept me in longer. I would have built out my board better. My Scorpions would have been upgraded. My Stormcallers, all that. I would have had anti-air. So maybe, I should have went with fire on the ground. Or maybe I should have got the module so that I could have, really taken advantage of my higher level Scorpion. Yeah, this round was super close. It's still really anybody's game at this moment. I almost took the Sabertooth. And going back in hindsight, maybe I wish I did, because I would have been able to get anti-missile a lot easier. But I also never placed any anti-missile defense, and I never got Mustangs. So I didn't make it a priority. He has 4 Stormcallers, and I didn't build any anti-missile defense. So I think that is a huge, I could stop the game right here. I already know how it's going to play out. If he has 4 squads of storms with EMP, so he's getting all of that utility, and I have 0 anti-missile defense, it's a wrap. So his Stormcallers don't have EMP yet. And this was a very close round. I almost took it, but he got it just by a little bit. I'm okay going deployment specialist here. I think that was, a fine call.
1 hour later.
And getting that second intensive training probably is not the play either. That, I can guarantee that's not the play. So, writing's on the wall here. I did nothing to stop the Stormcallers. Honestly, stop this replay right now. I did nothing to stop the Stormcallers. I didn't get AA on my marksman. I didn't get Mustangs. So I did nothing to stop his air. I did nothing to stop the EMPs. I didn't get... maybe I got enough chafe, but I didn't layer the chafe enough. I didn't get any fangs. I didn't get the shields on the fangs. I don't really know what I did this game except set up some scorpions, honestly. So yeah, they're just getting annihilated right now. Looking back on this, not surprised at all. So going over this, yes, I have scorpions, right? I have range and siege. Perfect. That is amazing, right? And I have range on my Stormcallers. I wish I had EMP, but I don't. Okay. Now, looking at this board, just this, right? If I had some anti-missiles, I'd be totally fine. I would annihilate him with that, right? But then you look a little bit up and you see all this air that I have 0 air defense for. I have range on my marksman. Range is obviously like good, but I don't have anti-air, and his phoenixes have a lot of health. So in order for me to take them down with marksman, I would have to have anti-air. I should have Mustangs. I should have teched into Mustangs a while ago, but I didn't. And then he has wasps. So my marksmen are not going to take down the Phoenix very fast, but then you add in wasps to take their aggro, and they're just not going to take down the Phoenix at all. And then the Phoenix are just going to sit back with range, right, and kill my scorpions. And there's really nothing I can do about that. The EMP is going to hit the scorpions or the Stormcallers and take away their range. And so I just sit, I'm sitting back, letting him hit me with the EMP, and then I have no anti-air. So really, there's just 0 chance for me to win. I, put myself in a terrible spot. So going forward, I think I have to have a better sense of urgency on countering my opponent. I didn't drop any anti-missiles, and I didn't get any anti-air. So it's really no brainer why I lost this game. That's why the series is called Win or Learn. You got to take your L's. I definitely learned from that one not to be a dum-dum and, avoid anti-missiles, avoid anti-air when I'm getting destroyed by missiles in air. So anyway, I'm whooped. Thanks for watching. See you next time.